I gotta admit, this show didn't make me happy. And after I saw Fastlane and this Raw, I have been pretty pissed for the last couple of days. So, if I tend to go off on a rant, please bear with me. This hasn't been easy for me to see how this company has been treating its talent. And I know there's a lot of people who don't even care about the talent anymore. I do care about the talent that's there for the simple reason someone should. I do these videos not just to feel and vent my feelings, but to support those people. I had to get that out. So the first thing I'm going to say about Smackdown, there was no John Cena. After his little thing that he did on Raw, you would expect him to go to Smackdown and do something else. No, he doesn't show up. Now, the thing that gets me is that if The Undertaker's on SmackDown, shouldn't he have done this on SmackDown instead of going to Raw? Because that's the show for The Undertaker. I think that would have been better if he did it there than Raw. But we got what we got. Open the show with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I gotta say this for anybody who watched Fastlane and saw the last match of the night, the 6-pack challenge. If you enjoyed that match, tell me below why you did. Because you saw that match that Tuesday before. Before Fastlane, we had that match on Tuesday. The only difference was John Cena was not there. It almost was exactly like the match you saw Tuesday. So I've seen a couple of videos. I saw the Lex Man's video, and he said he loved the show. I mean, he loved the ending of the show. He did. He didn't care that much for the rest of the show, but the 6-pack challenge he did care about. I saw a couple other people say they liked the 6-pack challenge as well. Explain to me why you liked seeing the 6-pack challenge when you saw the Fatal 5-Way that Tuesday. How can you enjoy something you've already seen on free TV? I don't get it. I don't understand how can you enjoy it. And that leads me into AJ Styles, who after I saw him on SmackDown that Tuesday, I didn't see him jobbing. And after seeing Fastlane, I was right. So I had no interest in seeing him. Seeing how much he kept saying he struggled. Seeing how much he appreciates Shinsuke Nakamura when there was no real struggle for him because he already beat everyone before and he did it again. Now mind you, I won't say the segment between him and Shinsuke was bad. No. It was alright. I was alright with that. And I was glad they actually did it. But guess what I didn't appreciate? Rusev versus AJ Styles after that banter between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. They should have just left the ring and done something else. No. You get Rusev, who people want to cheer. It was bad enough Shinsuke destroyed him on Fastlane Sunday. Now, once again, Rusev is given another opportunity to showcase himself, and it was disgusting to see him having to job again. I felt bad for him. And it wasn't just he jobbed again to AJ. It wasn't bad enough he jobbed to AJ. He jobbed again to Shinsuke Nakamura when Shinsuke did the King Shaka to his skull when he tried to beat up AJ Styles. Mind you, I can understand why they did it. They want to try and show AJ's a tough guy. But let's be honest. Couldn't they have done it with someone else? Couldn't they have done this with one of the people who was with... I'm really stretching here. You could have done this with The Ascension. You could have used Victor or Connor. You could have done it with either Fandango or Tyler Breeze. You could have done it with Shelton Benjamin or Chad Gable. You could have done it with any one of them. Easily. But you did it with Rusev. A guy people are tired of booing and want to cheer him as a face, and he's not a face. He's not a face. And now, going into the Mixed Match Challenge, after getting his ass handed to him by AJ Styles, he now has to work with Bobby Roode, work with Charlotte, and then work with his wife Lana. I don't even know what's going on because I'm doing this video and I don't know what's happening. My guess is he's going to job. I'll be shocked if he wins because I don't think the Queen and Mr. Glorious is going to lose. I'll be shocked if they do. After what just happened to Rusev. Now let's move on. Moving on to the remaining Uso, and the remaining New Day up against the Bludgeon Brothers. I want to be honest about this. I don't mind. It was at least interesting to see that one of each of those guys were working together. But it wasn't necessary. The only interest was to see if Biggie Langston and Jimmy could work together. And technically they didn't do that bad, but they weren't really meshed together. They don't normally tag together. So this was a bit of a botch for both of them. They weren't exactly in sync. But I would have just wanted Eric and Luke to come to the ring, and Luke Harper just to say, Bludgeon Brothers, they're in my face. Titles now. We want them. Throw the damn mic down and walk out with their hammers. Why would you actually have Jimmy and Biggie Langston, Big E, job their asses off to them when they really haven't announced they're going to go after the titles? They haven't. They're just beating up on everybody. Now, if Daniel Bryan gives them the opportunity, that's something entirely, well, not entirely different. It sucks because they should state it. But still, this is what you get. Here's something that was just sad to see. Asuka and Charlotte. Two people who really are not very good at mic work. They're not. Charlotte, she's barely competent. She's not like her dad. She's not. I know people love Charlotte, that she's one of the best workers in the ring, and that she can really talk well in the ring. But I'm being honest here. I have watched her for now 2 years nearly, and I can tell you, she's not that good on the mic. She has serious problems in the ring. Her charisma works because her father's legacy. So what do you really have with a Charlotte Flair? You got someone who has potential to be better than she is, but as far as they're concerned, because she's Ric Flair's daughter and they rushed her, this is what you get. A woman who could not cover for Asuka, who technically really doesn't speak very good English. I mean, I'm sure Asuka can speak some level of English, and she's got to be acting like that because they asked her to. But she's supposed to kind of like cover for her to a certain extent. Even if this is Asuka being written to be a little botchy in speaking English. I'm sure Asuka isn't 100% a great speaker in English, but I'm sure she can really talk at least decently well enough. But Charlotte didn't cover for her. Did not cover for her. She sounded terrible. And I challenge anyone to tell me she talked so well, because she did not. And here's something that made it even worse. Made it even worse. Instead of letting these two women have the end of the segment going into commercial, guess who comes out? Randy Orton. They don't even value Asuka and Charlotte, who's supposed to be the real mainstay of Smackdown Live. They wouldn't even, oh my nose, they wouldn't even give them the moment to end the segment and go to commercial. You got Randy Orton coming straight out, interfering with it, and it's ridiculous how bad that was. How bad it was to not even give them the moment of WrestleMania. Yes, they both spoke not very good. But you could have given them a moment, a few more seconds to maybe shake each other's hands or to do something to make it exciting, like maybe one of them was going to try something and the other one stopped it. That would have been something better than having Randy Orton come out. And let's go to Randy Orton. Randy Orton coming out, he wasn't bad. He's still pretty boring because his character sucks right now. But seeing he's a Grand Slam champ is something that is a true accomplishment no matter what company you're in. To get every title that's obtainable. And that means he went through the IC title, the WWE title, the Universal title, the World title, the Tag title, the WWE Tag titles. And then he went through the World Tag titles. I think he won them as well. So he got through almost everyone except for him. I think he did also try to get the European title. I'm not sure. But in the end, he went and got them all. I respect that. But seeing that he was there, watching Jinder Mahal, and I wish there wasn't a match between Bobby Roode and Jinder. Not because it was such a horrible, horrible match, but because, simply put, if you're going down this route, if you're going to go down the route of Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, and Bobby Roode at WrestleMania, shouldn't you wait until Daniel Bryan came back to start doing this? And I know Daniel Bryan's coming back next week. That means we have maybe 2 weeks and a couple of days before WrestleMania. But still, it probably would have been better with Daniel Bryan there. Because we already know what was going to happen to Shane, and I will get to him in a minute. But it would have been better if Daniel Bryan was there, because that would have been more easier to deal with than Shane McMahon, who wasn't really going to do anything. Time to get this done. I got to do it. Naomi versus Carmela. Naomi lost to Carmela, I believe, at Fastlane. I don't even remember. If I'm correct, it wasn't Becky who got the pin. It was Naomi who had to eat the pin to Carmela. So once again, you get them up against one another. And seeing that Carmela was pulling on Naomi's hair majority of the time, throwing her around with her hair and not really wrestling her, made that look so terrible. Particularly at one point when she grabbed Naomi's head and her hair and threw her in a way that Naomi's side of her head hit the mat really hard. That was just terrible. It would have been better if it was an actual match than actually seeing that. And in the end, Naomi jobs! This is what we got to look forward to. And I know a lot of people are going to be happy when Asuka comes to Smackdown Live. Let me ask you, and I said this at my Fastlane review. Tell me, do you actually believe Asuka's going to be written properly? Be honest down there. I know a few of you are going to say, oh yeah, Asuka's going to be written really great. Honestly, if Asuka's written well and everyone is written like shit, that means Asuka's going to be shit. Because everyone is going to be written like shit. If she doesn't have a real credible threat of someone who's been built properly as a heel or face for that matter, Asuka is a joke. Her streak, no matter if she keeps it after WrestleMania or not, is a joke. My guess is she's going to keep it for maybe a month and a half or two after, and then she's going to job to somebody, maybe Charlotte. I don't know who. I know that sooner or later they're going to make her job to somebody, and then she's going to become a joke. So it's sad to see this situation. It's disgusting. And if anyone thinks Asuka's going to be written properly, tell me how she's going to be written. Write it out. Do you actually think Road Dogg is actually going to do it? Unless it's someone else writing, Road Dogg is going to write her like crap. And it's going to write everyone else like crap. Let's move on. What's next? I forgot already what's left. I think I'm just going to go to the end of the show. And if I'm forgetting anything... Oh, I almost forgot Fabulous Moolah. The Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. That's stupid. You know why? And I'm not saying because it's for women. It's because the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is going on at the same time. I found out. You're going to have the Moolah Memorial Battle Royal alongside the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Where is she going to get the shine? More better yet, where are the women going to get the shine they deserve? They should have just been one Battle Royal. Why the blue fuck would you actually have two freaking Battle Royals on the same show? Well, better yet, the same kickoff show. It's stupid to have two Battle Royals back to freaking back, no matter what sex they are. It should be just one, and it should be focused on one, and we're getting the women, and then we're getting the men. You want to make a bet that maybe the women will go first, and the men will go second? Or even if it's switched, and the women go second before the main card, who freaking cares? It should be about them. The first time Moolah's Battle Royal is going to be held. Really? Then get rid of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and focus on it. Damn it, all the women don't get no shine or respect. But I still speak for them because I care about wrestlers. And then finally, the end of the night. when Shane McMahon comes out. Now, I know I could talk about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's interviews. I'm not going to. I'll show them there, but I don't need to. We know now that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to have a match at WrestleMania to face one another. And that Shane is now stepping down as commissioner indefinitely. And that Daniel Bryan will come back. And guess what? Weirdly enough, Indianapolis? I believe Minneapolis or Indianapolis. I don't remember. I think it's Minneapolis. I can't remember where they were. They didn't even want to cheer for him. That's not good. When have you not heard people cheer for Daniel Bryan, even when he wasn't there? I think it's Minneapolis that they had the show, because I forgot. But in the end, hearing that was, uh-oh, that's not good. To hear that Daniel Bryan's not being cheered. But then, Kevin and Sami come out, and they destroy not only a couple of refs, they destroy Shane McMahon. So my guess is this. This is my guess. There's going to be a match at WrestleMania. There's going to be a tag match at WrestleMania. And it's not going to be, and this is where it comes down if I'm correct, it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan if he's cleared. That's your match, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of, and I repeat, instead of doing something special with, calm down. This makes me want to laugh my ass off. Instead of wanting to do something with Shane McMahon where they seem to be building up to it, they completely drop the shit possibly, and they're going to go with Daniel Bryan's match. Instead of being a single, it's going to be a tag team, and now Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are going up against the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If they're going there, this is the most stupidest turn I've ever seen. This was so freaking stupid. It's a nightmare. Why? Why didn't they go down this route in the beginning? Why did you have, if this is possibly happening, why would you go down this route? Instead of doing it like that, instead of having Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens always being on each other's side, or yeah, they can still fight one another, but why did you have Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan constantly against each other's throat? Almost wanting to choke one another. But they can't, they're trying to be cordial about it. Why? If this is where they're actually going, having a tag match instead of a singles match, this is going to be the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. And it's a waste of Daniel Bryan coming back into the ring. Instead of being something special with Daniel Bryan and with, I can't even say it with Shane McMahon. I don't even want to say it. In the end, if that's true, it's stupid. But this is just my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace. Watch for my Impact Wrestling review. I'll get cheered up again. Peace.